Hi, I'm Xiaoxiao. Welcome to my channel, Xiaoxiao Yarn. In the last 2 episodes of Basics with Sashiko, I shared with you some basic Sashiko techniques, as well as the tools and the materials I use. And today, I'd like to share with you some beginner-friendly, yet still very beautiful Sashiko patterns. The first pattern I'd like to share with you is, ta-da! The horizontal lines. To start, I usually fold my fabric twice to get this 90-degree angle. And then I'll mark one of the lines every half centimeter and draw lines according to the marks. Make sure the lines are parallel to the other folding line. Here you go. Let's make an end knot. That's how I usually make my end knots. Feel free to use your own way. Now let's sew. You want to start by holding your needle with your thumb and either your pointing finger or your middle finger, and then get several stitches at once. Try to keep your steps small and even. When you get enough stitches, give it a push with your thimble. Here's my first line. Let's smooth it out and go to the second. If you want to know more details about how to run the needle, you can check out this video pops up here. Don't forget to leave a little tail here, so your fabric doesn't get stuck. Horizontal lines may look boring, however, it is really a good way for you to practice before you start more complicated patterns. It helps you to get your lines straight and steps evenly spread. Voila! Here's your work. And let's make an end knot to secure it. Again, I'm gonna leave a little tail here. The second pattern I want to show you is this rice flower stitch. It's one of the hitomezashi patterns, which literally means one-step sashiko. Your steps are relatively bigger and each step covers each grade. For this pattern, I'll start with 2 cm by 2 cm grades. Then link all the diagonal lines. And eventually, you want to link all the new crossing lines. And the other side too. Here you go. The most complicated part is done. Let's start by sewing the frame so that your fabric won't distort. You can use the same techniques as when you were doing the horizontal lines. Now let's get to our rice flower pattern. Remember, one step, one grade. Firstly, the horizontal lines. Then the vertical lines. And eventually the diagonal lines. Very important, you want to avoid all the line crossing points when you work on this pattern. It will avoid lumps. And when there are more than 2 lines meet, you want to leave the space even slightly bigger. This will make your work look neat and elegant. The hitomezashi one-step sashiko patterns are really good for those of us who are new to sashiko and are struggling with getting even length steps. Look how nice it is. The rice flower stitch resembles the kanji character rice, which is from the Chinese script. It is a blast for a good harvest. The last pattern I want to show you is this Fondo Tsunagi pattern. The pattern is from the copper counterweight from the ancient time. To draw the pattern, I'm going to use this 4 cm in diameter circle, and I'm going to draw 2 cm by 2 cm grades. Now, I simply fit my circle to the 4 grades and draw the 2 facing quarters. Repeat the action. Now, let's move to the next line. This time, you want to start at the half circle and draw the opposite quarters. And you just need to repeat drawing quarter circles till you cover your frame. Fondo Tsunagi is a simple pattern for you to practice your skills of following the curves. You can use any round objects from your house or a compass, as long as your grids measure half of the diameter. Oh, don't forget these top ones. For the Fondant Tsunagi pattern, usually you sew in the diagonal ways, which will save you the most thread. But as I'm using two colors, I'll sew in parallel lines. Same, you want to avoid the crossing points. And just imagine that you're cutting curved lines with scissors. When you're not very familiar with the method, you may want to get fewer stitches every time. Curved patterns allow your fabric to stretch more. It also has more tendency to distort your fabric. So you want to sew your frame first, and when you try to smooth the fabric, you want to hold down the starting section and stick your needle to the end of your stitches. This will help you hold your fabric from distortion. Oops, I made a mistake here by covering the crossing point. Simply unattach your needle and pull the thread out with the end of your needle. Then just redo it. When you run out of thread, very easy, you just need to grab a new piece of thread, leave the end open, go over a few stitches, then stab the last stitch through the old thread, and keep sewing. See, your stitches are secured. Our beautiful Fondant Tsunagi is done. Voila! I hope you'll have some fun creating these beautiful sashiko patterns. I used these small fabric pieces as patches to mend my clothes. You can also use them to make little gifts such as coasters or ornaments. Of course, when you have enough of them, you can also do quilting. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel. I will post all the patterns on social media. You can search for Xiao Yarn on Facebook or Instagram. Happy stitching! See you soon!